What is going on, people? Back with another video, and the Steam Deck price. The Steam Deck price has increased. We're going to talk about that. I'll give you my thoughts and opinions because, yeah, the price is outrageous, but at the same time, it is not surprising. I mean, at this point, we should know what's going on, right? Companies greedy, tariffs, RAM prices, AI, a little bit of all that is going on. But we're going to talk about it. So, thanks for everybody who's been rocking with me for the past, few months. I mean, we've been pushing out content the best way I know how, and we've been basically trying to grow this channel. I appreciate everybody who come through. Even, you just come through to click for a second. I appreciate it. With that being said, look, the Steam Deck price, 512 gigabyte handheld, $549, jumps up to $789. The 1 terabyte, $649, jumps up to $949. You can get a refurbished 512 gigabyte for $629 and a refurbished 1 terabyte for $759. A refurbished handheld, no matter how much powerful you think it is, a refurbished handheld for $629 and $759. That's pretty steep. That's pretty steep. Now, you can get the LCD version of this handheld. I don't know if it's the 512 or the 1 gigabyte. I can't remember. But the LCD version, you can still get one of those for like $279. I mean, that's probably like your best bet right now. I know everybody likes the OLED and all this other stuff, but if you really just want one, for $279, that is not that bad. I think that price remains unchanged. Now, like I said, we can talk about all the other factors or whatever the case may be. Everybody has done the rundown of this ever since Xbox started raising prices. That's not here or there. Everybody knows what's going on. But I will say this, as a consumer, you just got to be smart. You always have to be smart with your money and what you deem is valuable. If you feel like a $949 handheld is valuable to you and you want to spend that money, knock yourself out. But for the majority of us, because ain't nobody around here rich, don't let that fool you. People ain't got money like that. You may think they do, but a lot of people are faking it till they make it. Because if I had money like that, I wouldn't be on this truck driving all over the place trying to make some money. I just wouldn't. But the thing about it is, people ain't got it like that, and you got to be smart. The best thing you can do is just wait until the price is to your liking and purchase. And because we all love this hobby of gaming. We all love this hobby. And I was going to get a Steam Deck for my son because he loves handhelds. He loves his Switch 1. He loves his Switch 2. He can sit on the couch. He plays it. And, he doesn't play it as much as I thought he would. He kind of slowed down with it. But when he's committed to playing a game, he plays it and he finishes it and he enjoys himself. But he wants a PC. And I was thinking like, okay, I can jump and do this. And you kind of got the same, value with a PC and a handheld together. I will be getting him that $279 one if I was to get one at this point. Because ain't no way I'll be paying over $500 for a handheld for him. I just won't. I mean, I did it one time. I did it with the Switch 2. I don't plan on doing it again. And not only that, it's just not. I don't deem it as valuable enough because that'll be his third handheld he has. Well, if you want to count the 3DS as well, his fourth handheld he had. And I don't think that he's going to be playing it as much as the other because he likes Nintendo stuff. Not only that, he likes the games that come on it as well. So I don't know that he would just drop the Nintendo Switch 2 and play this Steam Deck. So I was like, okay, I'm backing out. And I will feel like at this point, the PC I just built, I would take the old parts and just build a PC for him with the old parts and let him have it at that point. Just let him have it at that. Because it'll be cheaper for me to buy another power supply. Basically, just buy another power supply in a what's the thing called? The PC case, and just let him have at it at that. And that's why I find the value at that instead of just buying the Steam Deck. Also, what I would look at into as well is just wait until you find somebody who's trying to sell one. I said this when it came to the Xbox Series. It's like, look, why would you pay, full price for an Xbox Series or a PS5 now when you could just go to a pawn shop or a secondhand store and just buy one for at least $300 to $250 cheaper? I saw a Steam Deck in a pawn shop not too long ago. I doubted if it'd be there now because it was dirt cheap. I think it was like $400, maybe I think it was like $379 or something like that for 1 terabyte. I mean, that was a steal at the time, but now it's more than double the price for that thing now, new. So it's like, I just don't see myself buying something at that price. And this is the reason why I built my PC, my new PC this weekend. I built that, and I bought I bought the parts right then and there because I was like, at this point, everything's going to continue to rise, and I found a pretty good deal on a motherboard, RAM, and a chip. I said, I'm gonna buy this now. I bought a pretty decent upgrade for like $300, and I'm good with that. Because I don't see nothing getting better at this point, and I may have to hurry up and get a graphics card to go along with my new PC, because the 5700 is just, I'm gonna put that in my old rig. I'm gonna refurbish or just rebuild my old parts and put it in the next rig. But I need to get another graphics card because the graphics card is actually they're going up in price as well. But just like I said with the Steam Deck, it is, you just got to be smart at the end of the day. That's just basically what it is. These prices are going to continue to go up, but you got to find value in what you're looking at, because at the end of the day, your money is your money. That's basically what it comes down to. We can all get mad at these companies. They're going to continue to raise these prices. It's not going to stop. These RAM prices are going to continue to go up. These PC parts are going to continue to go up. It's going to get to a point where you just have to make a decision. What is your budget and what you're willing to spend. For me, per part or whatever I want to build a PC for is $400. And I would say maybe $500 for a graphics card. And I've seen a graphics card that's pretty solid for $409. Is not necessarily what I want, but it'll do the job. And in some cases, I either have to bite the bullet and pay extra and save up more, or I'll just pay for what I got right then and there and flip it at a later time. And that's just basically what you're going to have to do in this economy. The days are gone where you can go take $600, take $700 and build a phenomenal PC. You can get by with getting some used parts, which I highly recommend you doing. It's really cool to get used parts and build a PC for $600, and you can rock out at 1080p 60 on some games. But nowadays, with these games coming out now, like 007 First Light, you also have Forza Horizon 6, you're not going to get away with that anymore. These games are starting to evolve now. At one point, it wasn't the case where these games was not evolving, and the price for admission is starting to go up a little bit. And I think this is the reason why, you just have to really be careful with what you buy, because you don't want to break the bank and you be broke, or having regrets of buying something because you're trying to keep up. Sometimes you just have to really look around and see what you can find and go from there, because, with the Steam Deck, you can go look around and find one for a decent price. I don't recommend buying any of these new, and it's just ridiculous at this point. So you can go around and look and see what you can do as far as that goes. There's other competitors out there that makes handhelds as well. You can do that. That could be a pretty good option. I haven't heard anything from Ambernick in a long time. I don't even know what Ambernick is doing as far as handhelds. That's going to be interesting to see what they're doing there. But yeah, that's an option. And something, I can say this as well. I don't know what this Steam machine is going to look like. This Steam machine is about to be nasty. That price is going to be nasty. If this 1 terabyte of the Steam Deck is $949, that Steam Deck is probably coming out at $1,100, probably even more. And that's going to be crazy. I was all in on the Steam Deck. I'm out. I'm not going to be paying $1,100 for a Steam Deck. Not at this point. I thought that if that thing came out and I thought it was going to come out around 400, maybe 300, cool. But 1,100, absolutely not. I would just build another PC. I would just get a pre-built PC for that. Why would I get a Steam machine for that? That's crazy. And also, before I get out, I will say this. Don't think that these consoles that are coming out, it's PS6, the Project Helix, don't think that those aren't going to be budget friendly. They're not. Those things are going to be around, I will say, $1,000 minimum. I think they're going to be $1,000. The $600, the $500 console is out the window. And even if it is, it may not even come with storage. You may get one without a hard drive or something like that. If that's the case, it may not. It may not even come with controllers. You might just get the actual console with no controller, no storage, or nothing like that. Because now, when you look at the PS5 Pro, that is what, a $900 console. You look at the Xbox Series, it's like $839 or something like that, or $829 for the Series X. There's no way that the next generation console is going to be $200-$300 cheaper. That ain't happening. So you also just, the main thing is just be smart. If you want it, save up, or when they come out, find them on the second hand, which that's going to be a problem too, because you're going to have scalpers trying to sell those things. Next PlayStation is probably going to be like, let's say $1,000 out the gate. People are going to try to scalp them things up to $2,000. So it is really a big problem with this Steam Deck, the Steam machine, and everything else. I mean, Nintendo even raised their prices up to about $50, and they're trying to be modest. They're trying to be modest with it. Nintendo, honestly, can get away with this BS, and nobody would really bat an eye as far as their pockets. People will still buy Nintendo stuff. So I'm surprised that the Nintendo Switch 2 hasn't gone up to $700 yet. Because these Nintendo fans will buy it. They just will, and we know it. So I'm kind of glad that they're being modest, but when you look at these consoles, they're going to go down the same route. This $900, $950 Steam Deck is ridiculous. It's pretty outrageous, to be honest. But at the same time, we already know what we're getting into. Once you saw the Xbox and the PlayStation prices go up, you know everything else is going to do the same, and I don't see them going down no time soon. It's going to be interesting to see what the Steam Deck does from here. It's going to be really interesting to see what the Steam machine does, because that right there, that's going to be the one. That's going to be the one that will let you know, like, where the rest of the console market is going to be, because the Steam Deck is essentially a consoleized PC. And that's where you're going to see, like, if the Steam Deck is $1,000, I expect everything else to be that's probably gonna be like the base price, So, but yeah, I don't see any of these consoles being under $700. I would be surprised, and I think the Steam Deck it kind of showed us that. I mean, $650, jumping from there to $949, $549, jumping up to $789. And you think that the PlayStation 6 or the Steam machine or the next Xbox going to be under $600 or under $700? Yeah, you're selling yourself a dream. If that's the case, you're getting just a console, no controllers. You're getting no storage. You're gonna get you're just gonna have that. You're gonna have the fun. And the thing about that is, and I know I'm being long-winded. And the thing about that is, they'll probably sell you some proprietary memory just so you can pay for it. These people are scummy, man, but the only way you fight back is with your wallet. Don't buy this stuff. Don't buy it. I was going to buy an Xbox because I wanted one, but I decided to build a PC, and I think I made the right choice. I really think I did, but just pay what you for what you can, and be more vigilant, and vote with your wallet. Vote with your wallet. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. I know this has been long-winded. I will see y'all guys on the next video. We will be having a bigger discussion about this on the live stream later on this week, and I'll be having more gameplay up on the channel. I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. Peace.